Today I'm going to talk a little bit about the 4XPEDITION Subaru Outback 3.6R Overland Road Warrior. For starters, I'd like to talk about the wheels, the tires, and the lift kit. We worked with LP Aventure out of Quebec, Canada, who provides a phenomenal lift kit product for Subaru Outbacks to install in this vehicle. It's a 2-inch lift, 245, 65, 17 BF Goodrich all-terrain KO2s mounted to this vehicle. I got to tell you, BF Goodrich all-terrain tires have been nothing less than perfect for me over the years. I've definitely had mud terrain tires by Toyo and BF Goodrich, but when I took my 13,000 mile overland trip with my lifted Rubicon with 35-inch BFG all-terrains on that vehicle, after that trip, which was 9 months, the tires hardly showed any wear and tear. I've got the BFGs mounted to RTX NV gunmetal gray wheels. I really like these wheels. I think they're a really nice style. They're also muted tone color, which makes them not so flashy. And so far in off-road capable experience, I would say they rate very high. They've been a great wheel and tire mounted to this vehicle. Because we find LP Aventure products to be a pretty superior quality for a Subaru Outback build, we decided to go ahead and utilize their full front brush guard. Mounted to that an entire full skid plate underneath. We got a front skid plate and an underside skid plate. We also have some additional protection under there for different mounts of the vehicle, and the skid plate is actually mounted to the vehicle with some really nice rally washers that protect the underside just in case we do some scraping. Mounted to the front brush guard, we have RTX LED lighting that definitely provides a lot of great bright light. We're more than likely going to add a bar to the top of the vehicle also, so we have some additional light. We have a Cusco tow hook that's very nicely mounted to the vehicle and would have no problem being a connection point for someone using a winch to pull this vehicle out of a stuck position. Mounted to the rear end of the Overland Road Warrior, we've got a Curt Class 3 hitch. We removed the factory hitch mount, which is generally only good for carrying bicycles. The Curt hitch does not seem to be causing much of a clearance issue. We've got about 11 inches of clearance underneath this vehicle, including factory and aftermarket lift kit. Mounted to the Curt hitch, we've got a Wilco Offroad HITCHGATE Solo high clearance tire carrier. Swinging out this tire carrier is actually pretty easy. It's got just a simple removal of pin. Tire carrier swings out very easily. Makes it quite easy to get to the rear of your vehicle and still have a full-size spare mounted to your car without having to put it on the roof or inside the vehicle where you need to keep all of your extra gear. If you want to take your Outback a little bit further, LP Aventure also may take bypass that allows us to take the vehicle through fairly deep water without having to worry about a stall halfway across the stream. We get a lot of questions about our Overland Outback, including what kind of gas mileage do we get with all the aftermarket parts and accessories, why did we choose the 3.6R, and actually, frankly, we get a lot of questions about why do we choose a Subaru in the first place. I've addressed the issues about the Subaru on Expedition Portal in the article that they published, but I do want to spend a little bit of time addressing the other two questions. I chose the 3.6R because this vehicle is also meant to be a commuter vehicle. Living in the city of Phoenix and Scottsdale, people drive very, very fast. I take about a half an hour drive on the freeway from my house to get to work. People have Porsches and BMWs and Lamborghinis and everything else, and you have to be ready for fast traffic and to be able to maneuver in and out of traffic. And this Subaru Outback has proven to be very agile, even with all of the parts and accessories and the rooftop tent. Addressing the other issue of mileage, the Subaru Outback, even with the all-terrain tires and the rooftop tent, we're still averaging 21 miles to the gallon. Now that's a pretty incredible mileage when you're talking about an overland vehicle where 90% of the time you're driving on hard surfaces to your destination, then you're taking soft roads that may get a little rutted in order to eventually get to the rougher roads. Now, when I want to take very rough road travel, I take a Rubicon and have 35 or 37 inch tires with a 3 or 4 inch lift. That's very specific to its purpose. This vehicle here, I realize that even with 11 inches of clearance, it's not necessarily going to do a foot tall boulder. However, most of the time when I'm on soft roads, this vehicle can certainly handle deep ruts and get me where I want to go without me feeling like I'm getting into a precarious situation that I can't handle. If you're thinking about an overland vehicle and you're also needing something for city commuting, trust me, I understand there's certain vehicles that are great for overlanding and they're horrible for city driving. The Subaru Outback is a great option because it has such a great amount of space inside, and with the rooftop tent, believe it or not, this one vehicle can sleep 6 people. I can sleep 2 6-foot tall people in the back and 4 people in the rooftop tent. Now generally I only put 2 people in the rooftop tent, put a queen size bed up there with comforter and pillows, but there are times when I sleep in the back of this vehicle when it's too cold outside to sleep in the rooftop tent because I don't have the thermal insulator. And if I sleep in the back of this vehicle, I've got more than enough room for my head and my feet, and it's also very warm, and I still have room for my gear next to me. I would strongly consider the Outback if you're thinking about something as an entry-level vehicle for overlanding, but also something that is a luxurious ride. You can still take your wife or your girlfriend or your husband or your boyfriend out to dinner. You can pick up a client from the airport, or you can take it on an extended backcountry adventure and feel confident that your vehicle can handle whatever comes at it. I'm Scott Leuthold with 4XPEDITION. Hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to come back and check out our other adventure videos every week.